Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
Welcome to another ZX Spectrum Vs Commodore 64 comparison video, as I like to call it, Playground Wars. This is going to be kind of a funny video, much in the same way as my Street Fighter video was, because this is a follow-up to that video, because this is the sequel, and no, it's not Street Fighter 2, it's Human Killing Machine. Now, I wanted to do this game because it is notoriously bad on all versions. I mean, the Amstrad version is shocking. The Commodore version, doesn't fare much better, and the Spectrum version is also pretty much crap, but fares better than all of them. Why am I telling you this at the start? Because why not? I don't know why this game was released or why this game even exists. This is just a background screen, because on both versions I'm going to play here, it jumps straight into it. There's no eye candy or anything like that for me to set it up. Anyway, so Street Fighter was released by Go in 1988, and obviously it was developed by TX. Grown. So for some reason, I guess it was successful, in 1989 TX decided to make a sequel that was released by US Gold, and this came out on all the usual suspects, those that I just mentioned, the Amiga and the Atari ST, and it was like, oh, badass, Human Killing Machine, yeah. Look up the box art. It's shit. It's like a photo. It's a real photograph of a real person that does not equate to the game in any way whatsoever. In fact, the only good thing I could say about this game was, in Sinclair User, gave it 70%. I remember, high marks indeed. Never got to play it back in the day because I would have called them bullshit. They gave it, yeah, in the 70s, and their cover art was absolutely fantastic. Your Sinclair gave its graphics 9 out of 10. But not really much else. They said the backgrounds were huge and looked really nice, but that kind of affected the way that the sprites worked. But yeah, wait till you see the Commodore 64 version. So yeah, let's get into the kind of, but not kind of, sequel to Street Fighter by TX, which is also by TX and is also a load of bollocks. Take a look at that loading screen. Yep, well, blink and you miss it loading screen. I'll see if I can stick it in the thumbnail. That should be a setup to what it is. So basically this game is you travel, like Street Fighter the World Warrior, you travel to various parts of the country to face off against 6 different opponents. Rather than just pummel their health down, which you do, it can also recharge, which is an utter pain in the ass, especially when your controls are responsive as a slug, but it's about the number of times you have to knock them down and the number of times they have to knock you down. We're going to play this on Kempston, so it's well, it's not Kempston on the Commodore, but joystick on both to make it, you know, equal. You know, all things should be equal. 1988, and this does not have decent sound effects or 1 to 8K music. That's a shocker. Anyway, well, that's the least of our problems, I should say. So let's get into it. Right, so Quan is strong. Quan requires needs 3 knockdowns. Enemy needs 5. So I'm Quan. I'm on the left, and apparently the enemy's on the right, and he's a different enemy. I got lost because I looked at it. I don't know what the stuff at the bottom does. That's in blue. I just got knocked out immediately. We're fighting in the Kremlin or Russia or whatever. As you can see, the background graphics are lovely. The sprites aren't too shabby until they move. Are they? Well, they're better than Street Fighter. The background graphics is superb. Right, you got forward and punch. Forward and fire does that. Fire by itself does that. Down and fire does that. Down, forward and fire does that. Backwards, forward and fire does that. And upright and fire does. Wait, he's got a special move. There you go. Now, so Igor, I'm Quan, and Igor, he's brought a. Well, I can see he's brought a knife to a gunfight. He's brought a gun to a fist fight, cheating bastard. At least he's not shooting me. I like the fact that it goes like pow, bam, zock, zowie, Batman and stuff. I mean, the graphics on the backgrounds are really nice. It's like if they made some effort on the sprites, could have been half decent. To be fair, to release this game when stuff like Where the Exploding Fist had been released in 1985 is a shocker. Oh, look at that. You die in the same way you do with Street Fighter. I've been beaten shitless. There we go. Right. Get in there and then do that. Hey, look. Oh my god, I've just invented a combo. Go here. Apologise about the background noise. Well, actually, no, I apologise about this game having no bloody decent sound effects. Come on. Come on. It's a standoff. The irony being, if we were fighting in Mexico, that would have been funny. So every time he decides not... Yeah, thank you. Every time he decides not to go forwards, he just recharges his health and I can't hit him. Yeah, so why was this so well received on the Spectrum? I mean, it looked... Well, we'll wait till I say a comparison of the looks. Stationary, the back of the box art, I would have lost my shit on this. Right, am I dead? Everybody's dead, Dave. What, everybody? Well, not yet, Dave. Oh, shit, really? I could really use the release. What the hell? He just went absolute fucking batshit on my ass. Game over. Ah, the relief. The downside to that is I'm going to go again now. Yeah. I did a gameplay on this years ago. I can't even remember when I got off the first stage. Quad is strong, really. He's not that strong though, is he? Look at it. Come on. He just has to breathe on me with his heavy Russian breath. And it completely destroys me. Whatever he hits, he destroys. Point to the quote. I'll give you a hint. It's Russian. Well, it's not, but you know what I mean. Thank you! Knockdown! Look at him when he raises his hand. He looks like he's in pain. I would say that your characters move better in the Street Fighter game that was, you know, this is a sequel to. Don't do that, I was gonna get you. I don't like the fact, apparently my health doesn't recharge. That's just not cricket. As I said, look up the box art, you'll shit your pants with laughter. Why can't I recharge? Why won't you die? You have to jump into him and he has to hit, there's no way to avoid it. Honest to God, Sinclair user, what shit were you smoking? Were you smoking the same shit then you reviewed the hooky version of Nemesis that clearly didn't exist? Look it up. I've talked about it before. I talk about it in my Nemesis Gradius gameplay. Look at me mixing shit up. And by mixing shit up, I mean look at me fucking shit up. I do like, if I can take a positive from it, you know, the Batman Zowie pop effects. Because that's what they are, I've just decided. Frustration setting in, and by that I mean my hand is knackered. Look, it counts down the... You can't do anything. Oh, Teartex, if you were in the room right now, I'd human killing machine on your ass. You owe me an apology for this. I didn't even buy it, but you owe me an apology. The people who bought it, you owe them a fucking refund. Oh, we're just going to drain his lives. I'm sure I got off this stage. Here we go. Oh, it seems to work. How'd you like them apples? Come on. Down! Go down! Chop him down! Chop him down! Hey! I need a hand owner. Right, one more time? Yeah, that's going to happen, isn't it? Oh, look at that! See, that's broken. It's like the computer just decides, sorry mate, you're done. Right, well there you go. Human killing machine on the ZX Spectrum. Let's jump into the Commodore 64 version, but I can tell you right now, that was awful. So here we go, Human Killing Machine on the Commodore 64. We have the same title screen, or loading screen I would say, only this time it's white instead of blue, and I would just like to say, because it's sticking around long enough for me to see this, look at his neck! Look at his neck! It's like a 4-year-old with broken hands drew this on that Super Nintendo art package. This is shocking. Absolutely shocking. The whole point of this video essentially is, because I like to compare Spectrum and Commodore in the best interest of the consoles and generally see which is the best game. This whole video is just to show you that sometimes nobody wins. We all lose. Anyway, let's get into this. I don't have high hopes. Right, so we jump straight into the game as you do on the Spectrum. Travel to Moscow, and the health for you and your opponent and the number of times you have to knock them down is bottom right. Bottom left, which is not a good sign, is the name of the game in case you forgot it. When it eats up half the screen like that, that's always a worry. I mean, normally that's something they do on the Spectrum, but here's the game's saving grace. Listen to this. Absolutely amazing SID chip music. To me, it always seemed like kind of pointless that you would make such a balls crap game and then give it such amazing music. I mean, you can polish a turd as much as you want, but it doesn't stop it from being a turd, does it? Right, I'm playing this on my C64 Mini, so let's hope the controls aren't terrible, because I'm already fighting or skiing uphill with this joystick. Right, so let's get into a fire. Right, Quan is strong, Quan needs 3 knockdowns, enemy needs 5 knockdowns. Right. Half the screen. Boy, is it cold in here. Right. Controls are the same. We got music. That's always a good sign. By the way, when it goes blue, it did that on the Spectrum, I forgot to point it out, it means that I'm hitting him. When it goes red, it means that he's hitting me. And I can tell you right off the bat, this, even with this joystick, is a lot easier than the Spectrum. There you go, knockdown. The background graphics are absolutely pants and absolutely terrible. I think it's safe to say, well, this has amazing music. To be fair, the Spectrum has none. This doesn't have sound effects, but the background graphics on the Spectrum are amazing. And this may have colour, but generally the graphics on the Spectrum are amazing. This doesn't seem to chug along quite as badly, you know, slow. God, he's still actually coming close to beating me. He's just got to hit you. He's tiny. I can't really see who he is or any definition. Who's that? Was that me or him? That's him. At least you can see the fact that I've got boxing gloves on. Right. Not so much a human killing machine if I'm using boxing gloves. He didn't even hit me then. Right. At least you might get to see some different background graphics and then wonder what they would have looked like on the Spectrum, which I can tell you now possibly would have been better. This is a lot quicker, I would say, and fluid, but I don't know. It's like the AI is just not there. I mean, again, if you've seen Where the Exploding Fist on a Commodore 64, someone should have said when they were programming this, you know, or whoever was overseeing this, same with Spectrum, just said, hey, do you remember that little game from like 1985 called Where the Exploding Fist? Yeah, maybe we should just stop this now, because, yeah, look at it. What do I fight? Am I fighting a dog? I think that's his dog. I'm fighting a dog. That is the stupidest thing ever. Shepshi. How am I supposed to hit it? Oh, there we go. This is stupid. I can't remember. I think I've got a nagging memory. You do it on the Spectrum. How I said do. That's this game. I'm fighting a dog. There's no time, so I can't run the clock down. There we go. Shepshi. Surely it should be Shepski. Right. So, I think that's horrible. Who, even on a machine it's not like anything is now, so you could even see what you were fighting. I still think that's a horrible idea. Whose idea was it to fight a dog? I think they need a slap. Shocking. I wonder if any of the magazines commented on it back then. Bearing in mind that, you know, everyone shut their pants at the cover of Barbarian 2. People were still sensitive little snowflakes back then. Surely someone must have said, I'm fighting a dog. Or did no one care that we were fighting a dog because, you know, it's East? His dog is harder than his owner. How many times do I have? Why do I have to knock a dog down? How many times? Right, stand up. Don't flying kick him. I mean, it's broken. You've only got one attack that works. I'm punching a dog in the face. I'm not going to lie. It's quite satisfying. His health is going back up even though I'm twatting him. It's all that marrowbone jelly. Thank you! Wow! I'm not satisfied with that, that's horrible. Don't make me fight him again. You're making me fight him again, aren't you? Come on. Wow, I never thought I'd be playing a Spectrum comparison video where I'm punching a dog in the face. Come on. Not only is he harder than his master, he's smarter. It would appear that the more I hit him when I'm kicking him, the more his health goes up. Ah, he's taking my health down, but you can't see it. Good doggy. Kill the Batman who's punching you. You should, really. Come on! Ah! I feel like he really has bitten my left hand. This is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. It may move a little bit faster than the Spectrum version, but it looks terrible. And, ooh, travel to Amsterdam. Yeah, it looks terrible. It still plays scrap. It's not scrap as the Spectrum, but I don't know, Tiertex. Do you just think people would buy this because they clearly bought the first one? Now, I'm a tourist, so you're not allowed to partake in these activities. They changed the law. Do you know that? I meant her, not you. Oh my god, I'm fighting a cool girl. Because we're in the red light zone. See, red light on the right. Oh my god, well, I can't take any more of this. I'm going to compare this. Sorry, sum this up. This whole video was a bit of a piss take because I knew that these games were going to be awful going into them. But I wanted to do it simply because... So, you know, I try and show the Spectrum and the Commodore in the best light and, like I said, generally compare them on good terms and good games. But sometimes, every now and then, it's important for you to see, as much as these machines are beloved to me, the shit these people palmed off on us. And as far as I can remember, this was a £9.95 game, at least on the Spectrum. So, yeah, safe to say, this isn't a win for either one. Spectrum may be better graphics, Commodore may not play like a slug, but the bottom line is I refuse to call either of these versions ahead of the other versions because the bottom line is, whichever one of these you buy, you lose. I would love to know your memories on these games. I really, really would. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. And I can't believe you had to punch a dog.